Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Zakka, and what is Nerdy Dating? It's a dating advice podcast from a viewpoint of a nerd, right here in the heart of Kansas City, Missouri. Now, please go ahead and share the podcast, like, subscribe, but share with your friends and family so much. Let everybody know that, hey, you want some dating advice? Ali can give you some. You can send him a question, put it in the comment section, or you can send it to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And we also have a podcast on Spotify as well, so you don't want to listen to us on YouTube. You listen to us in your ear while you're on Spotify, running, jogging, running errands, listening to the car. It's on Spotify as well, and it's Nerdy Dating with Zakka on Spotify. Now, let's go and get into today's first topic. This is from Sex and the City. I heard this a couple of weeks ago. It was, which comes first? Sex or the relationship, or relationship and sex? Which one comes first? And I sat there, and when that question was asked on the show, and in this episode, you had two characters. One who was just hooking up with a guy, hoping that it could turn into a relationship, while the other person was more like waiting to see, like, establish a relationship before hooking up and hoping that the sex would be great. And that was the viewpoint of the episode, which pretty much at the end of it, I think one ended up being divorcing, or I don't remember what the next episode would happen after that, but that was the gist of the episode. And that question came to me, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, which comes first? Sex, then the relationship, or relationship, then sex? And really, the answer to that question comes down to the person. It comes down to the person, to the individual. What do you hold value when it comes to sex? And what do you hold value when it comes to a relationship? Also, another thing to take in context with women when you talk to a guy about sex is that men don't look at sex as an intimate thing. Yes, it can become intimate, but sex for us for the main part is not really much intimacy. It's sex, having fun. Like, we're gonna have fun, have a good time. But then if somebody we're really attracted to and genuinely like feel affection for, it can become intimate. But for the most part, sex can just literally just be sex and nothing else to it. So, ladies, when this question pops up and you think about, okay, well, should I hook up with this person? What do you want to do? If you want to hook up with them, go ahead and hook up with them. But do not expect the fact because you hooked up with them that, oh, we're moving to the next step in the relationship, because that might not be the case. The dude could be like, yeah, that was fun, but I'm going to move on. I don't want to hang around into it. I don't want to stay around with it. So you're like, okay, well, how do I get that guy into a relationship? If sex, because I have sex with him, does not really equal a relationship, and we had sex on the third date or the fourth date or the fifth date or the first date, how do I get him, to fall in a relationship with me? And there's no way you can really force somebody to jump into a relationship with you. You give them an ultimatum, but you don't want to give somebody an ultimatum because that just sounds horrible. Like, oh, either you hook up with me or you jump in a relationship with me, or you jump in a relationship with me and we don't move or we don't talk at all. Like, you don't give somebody an ultimatum because they feel like they're forced to make this judgment. And you never want to put somebody in a situation where they feel like they're forced to do something, because over time they're going to get tired. They're not going to be like happy about it. They're like, I didn't really want to do this. I just did because you asked me to. The reason I have a relationship with you because you asked me to be in a relationship with you. I really didn't want to be in a relationship. So, like, do not force somebody or give them an ultimatum to get up in a relationship with you. Allow the guy to sit there, and he will, if he wants to be in a relationship with you, he will make the time, he will make the effort, and he will ask you to be in a relationship with him, or you can ask him to be in a relationship with him, because there's people who will sit there and write it out. If you're like, all right, I need to know where we're at. Hey, what are we? You get asked that question, define a relationship, and then listen to what he says. If he says, I'm having fun right now, with a situationship, take him at his value on that. Your situationship, we're having fun hooking up. But like I said, having sex does not equal a relationship. So do not put yourself in a situation thinking because he had sex with me means we're going to go forth in a relationship, because that's not always the case. Think about that. But if you really want to know where you sit at, ask the question, what are we? Define the relationship, define what you are. If you guys in a situationship, then you know right then and there that you're in a situationship and you have the opportunity to either stay with it or leave. And you're just going to sit with it and write it out hoping he's changing. Don't fall in that trap. Like, don't you get people really set in their ways? They're not really going to change unless they want to change themselves. You're not going to force somebody to change, so don't sit there like, well, I can change them. Don't do that. You're wasting your time. There's 100,000 people out there in the world, well, more than that, but like just in your area of things, of dating apps like that, you can find somebody else to talk to and keep moving on with. So, and who's looking for the same goals, who's looking for the same lifestyle as you, who not just sitting there like, I'm just enjoying my time and wasting, like, if a guy's like, hey, I bet you want to have kids, I want to have a family one day, but you guys are moving forward and you guys taking your time to get to know each other more and more, and then you guys like, okay, this is still working out, we're still riding it, but you're like, yeah, something's changing, you're not being attentive, you're not being as engaged as you were when you first met, the first date or the second date or the third date, you're not doing all this. Maybe you had to make a decision like, hey, maybe move on and call it a day. But go back to that question, what comes first, sex or relationship? Sex and relationship, or relationship then sex? It really comes down to the person's preference. For guys, we probably want sex before relationship first, but then because we have sex doesn't mean we want a relationship with that person. And for ladies, if you're thinking because a guy has sex with you that he wants a relationship, don't think that way. Guys don't look at sex the same way as women do. We don't look at it as, it can be intimate with the right person, but sex is sex. So before you sit there and like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have sex and hoping he'll be in a relationship with me. No. If you want to have sex because you want to have sex, not because you think it's gonna lead to a relationship. That's not how that works. Alright, let's go ahead and move forward. Gonna react to some TikTok videos here. So this first one's from How to Beast, and the first thing they have on here, it says, when a girl says, so let's see what when a girl says is.
When a girl says, I'm not ready for a relationship, what does that mean?
She's not ready for a relationship with you. Girls say this like to be nice. They say it because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings, but in reality, if they're seeing a guy and it's just casual, the guy obviously wants more and he's asking, hey, what are we? And she just says, oh, I'm just like not looking for a relationship, which basically means she doesn't want a relationship with you.
Yeah, I think it's better as a man to have a rule where you wait for the girl to be the one who asks, hey, what are we? Can we be boyfriend or girlfriend? Because then you know for sure
that she's interested.
And then you're not taking any risk. You're allowing her to get to that point herself.
I think guys know right off the bat when they want to be in a relationship with the girl, and it takes girls longer, so that's why you should wait.
When a girl says,
I'm not sure how I feel about that part, about waiting for that. Like a guy should wait for a girl to tell him that she's interested in him versus him telling her. Now, I hear people say like, well, you shouldn't tell somebody so close that you're like so early on that you're interested in them. What? Why? Like, especially if you meet on a dating app, you're obviously interested in one another. You guys swipe right on each other. That means there's some kind of connection there. You are interested. So if you say, hey, we want to keep dating, keep meeting somebody, keep talking to somebody, keep talking to them, and then want to get to know them more and take the relationship, to the next level from just dating or casual to a relationship, go ahead and tell that person, regardless of gender, hey, I'm into you. Guys, don't be afraid to tell a girl that you're into them and that you want to define a relationship and be in a relationship with them versus like letting it be like, oh, well, I'm just waiting till she said, because if y'all both waiting, y'all be sitting there waiting forever and nobody's getting anywhere. Like, I don't know why you won't make the first move. I don't know why she won't make the first move. Think about where you met at. You met on a dating app. You're there. You start doing each other because you guys are interested in each other. You guys went on a first date, couple of dates, not just first date, but went on a couple of dates, maybe 4, 5, 6 dates, 7 dates. And you're like, hey, I just want to, establish a relationship with you. I want to legit be in a relationship. I don't want to be a situationship or a casual relationship. I want to be in a relationship with you. Go ahead and find a relationship. Ask her to be your girlfriend. Lock it up. There you go. Versus waiting for her because, like, she probably waiting for you. And y'all sitting there just waiting. So I don't agree with what they say about, like, waiting for somebody waiting for the girl to make the move or say, hey, let's define a relationship. And I think you hear a lot of guys out there on podcasts saying like, oh, well, why won't the guy make a first move? Why won't he, tell where we are? I had to ask what we are. Because if I was like that, well, I think I don't want to get rejected, so I'm just going to wait until she asks. But then, I actually don't want a relationship. If you get out the way early, you have to worry about that. Now, maybe you're talking about people who are like friends with somebody. You're friends with somebody and you decide to like move the relationship for like, hey, I'm interested in you. Shoot your shot. Don't be stuck in the friend zone forever. Shoot your shot, but just realize if you ask that question, the dynamic of your friendship could change. It could be that like she don't want to be your friend anymore because of the fact you have feelings for her, or can you put your feelings aside and not let your feelings, you know, get in the way of her living her life and get away with your guys' friendship. So you can wait for her if you're in the friend zone, but don't do that. Get out the friend zone, ask the question, and she says she doesn't really want to see you as more than just a friend. Move forward. Don't sit there and wait around. Like, well, one day she'll come around. No. You'll be stuck in the friend zone forever. It's okay. Find somebody else who got the same common interests with, same lifestyle, same goals. You can find somebody else like that and let that person be your friend. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, next video here. This is from Can I Vibe With Y'all podcast. Let's see what she's talking about.
I don't understand why men can't, like, women are fully ready to grow with a man. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good women who are willing to grow and pour into their man, and like their man just can't see past their own insecurities and whatever's going on to grow with them. I don't understand why men can't, like, women are fully ready to grow with a man. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good women who are willing to grow and pour into their man, and like their man just can't see past their own insecurities and whatever's going on to grow with them.
I listened to it twice, got to make sure I heard that right. So she said she don't understand why men are not willing to grow with women, but women are willing to grow with men. I think it's the dating for potential thing. Women date for potential. They're like, younger women, I should say, not all women, but younger women I know is date for potential. Oh, he has the potential to do this. He has the potential to do this. He has the potential to do that. I'm going to hang around. I'm going to keep riding with him. Even though he's not treating me how I want to be treated. You know, he's not doing what I want. He's not treating me how I want to be treated. He's not doing what I want him to do, because that's not what that should be. Pretty much treating you like you want to be treated. Not acknowledging me, not being, attentive, stuff like that. But you know what? It's because he's going through a lot. I'm going to give him time. I'm going to ride with him. And then the guy's like, I'm not trying to be the flip side, like, I'm not trying to be somebody's caretaker. Like, I don't want to date a project. That's not where our mindset is. We want somebody who fit into our life, not somebody who we got like, okay, let's build them up. Let's make sure they get ready, get on their feet. Let's really get out there and go. And I understand, like, it's the whole supportive aspect of it. Like, oh, well, I must be supportive. But you can be supportive of somebody, and somebody can also be supportive of you. But if supporting somebody is only, 50%, and you're not getting the opposite way, like you're going 110% for somebody, and they're only going, 50% for you, that's not good. That's not a good support system. You want somebody who goes 110% with you both ways. And you're dating somebody and they're like, hey, I don't want to invest in you. And they're not going to tell you. They're actually going to show they're not going to go invest in you. But then you're going to sit there and try to go invest 110% into them. Especially you just start dating them like 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. They're just like, nah, I'm not going to put the time and effort into dating you. No wonder, like, why a guy won't sit there and he's like, well, if I want to be like, ghosted or something, I just be single. It's fine. I don't need somebody to, not support me, and vice versa. Like, girls, if you're supporting this guy and he's not getting any support back, well, he's going through this, he's going through that, he's going through this. If you've been talking to him for like a month, 2 months, and he's going through something, maybe he's better that he need to be single so he can figure his stuff out. You don't need to put yourself in a situation where you're like, I'm going to support and ride or die for somebody you just met 2 months. Now, if it's, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in, and you guys are going through up and down, somebody goes through something life-changing, that's different. Be a support structure. But if you're only 2 months in, 3 months in, they're not ready to date. They have their baggage they need to go work with. They need to go figure that stuff out. While you can go find somebody out there who's ready to roll with you, that you fit in their lifestyle with, and they fit in your lifestyle with, not because you got to put everything aside, be their support system right off the bat. 3 months in, and your support system already, and y'all not defining a relationship, y'all not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, that's a lot. It's a lot. Don't need to do all that. 5 months, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years in, that's different. Be that support system, be that structure. But 2 months in, 3 months in, what are you doing there? And granted, she didn't put a time frame on that. She talked about insecurity. Like, I'm curious what insecurity that she felt with a man. She felt like that, oh, well, he not really to grow with me. Like, what insecurities was that? I'm just curious. Now, she also been on the same thing about why the guys fumble the bag. I said guys don't fumble. But she asked that question, why the men fumble the bag. I was like, guys don't fumble. Not at all. There's no fumbling for men. We know what we want, and we're going to take it. If we want to go get it, what we want, we're going to go get it for it. We're not going to sit there and put up with anything we don't want. So, yeah. I'm curious what insecurity she's talking about. I might have to go listen to that full podcast and might have to have another episode with Can I Vibe With Y'all podcast on here so I can see exactly what she's talking about. Alright, next video here is from the Desirable Truth. I gotta love these guys. Alright, let's see what he talks about in this one.
What do you think the issue is with dating right now?
Ooh.
Men.
Why?
Speak on that.
Literally just men.
What about men?
Just their pure existence.
What could they do better?
Not exist.
So do you think you could survive without men?
Absolutely.
How long?
Probably longer than I would survive with men.
You know how to change a tire?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to fix a drain?
Yeah.
Walk me through it if it's busted.
Get the long snake thing and twirl it in.
That's not a busted drain, that's a clogged drain.
Then I would just use a different sink.
You just proved your point. You just proved your point.
There's,
Keep going. I'm listening.
There's
I'm listening.
female
I'm
plumbers.
Who do you think taught these plumbers how to plumb?
Maybe the other female plumbers that existed before them. A plumbing textbook. A YouTube video.
Created by men.
Trial and error.
Sure. What do you think the issue is with
I think he asked her
dating right now?
how to fix it.
Ooh.
Men.
Why?
Speak on that.
Literally just men.
What about men?
Just their pure existence.
Yeah, just a pure existence. She didn't really give her like an educated answer to that, and not putting herself in a good situation with that question, with that answer to that question. One, it's funny, she's like YouTube and everything, but plumbing been around way before YouTube, so I thought that was funny. Textbook. Like, in America, like, women wasn't really allowed to work until like, and I'm sorry my date's off on here, but like 1950s, 60s, like really like what 30s, like it was World War II, something like that. What called women get into the workforce most of the time like that. Women was mostly back at home, and so wherefore society and historically men has been the one creating textbooks, creating stuff like that. That's a whole historical thing and not a dating thing. That's a historical situation there, and as you know, we become more of an intelligent environment, an intelligent society, and a lot more equal rights. People, no matter who you are, can be a plumber. But anyway, that's not a dating thing. The issue with dating, she says, men. But why? Like, dating is two sides. It's not just men and women. And like, oh, well, it's not just men. It's also women. It's both sides of it. It's not, the issue is not one gender. The issue is people not communicating what they want and what they're looking for. If people are upfront and honest about what they're looking for, yes, you might not get what you want right off the bat. Dating is hard. It's supposed to be hard because you're not looking to date and settle down with every person you meet. You're not fit for every person you meet. You're fit for the one person that you meet. The right person that you meet, you're fit for. The person that works best for you and you work best for them. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking to meet and settle down with 100,000 people. If you're into monogamy from one person, into polyamory, what, maybe 4 or 5? I don't know what the max for somebody who would consider who's polyamorous would be like, yeah, 10 is too much. 5 is too much. Maybe 2 or 3. But like, you're not looking to meet and date 100,000 people and settle down with 100,000 people. It's not going, like, it's not possible. So to say like, oh, you know, man is the only thing that's wrong with dating. No, it's communication. It's people who think their it don't stink and think unblame a certain gender versus looking like, okay, I can do better than dating. I can be more from what I want. I can be more honest with what I want and say, hey, this is my standard. I won't budge for this. If my standard, I want somebody who, you know, is competitive, I'm not gonna date somebody who's not competitive. If I want somebody who's an extrovert, I'm not gonna date somebody who's an introvert. Just because our lifestyle is not gonna click. I wanna go out and do things. They wanna sit at home and be on the couch. That's fine, but it's not for me. And being communicative what you want. If you're not gonna be communicative about what you want, then this whole thing about a certain gender is the problem, it's not gonna work. And with that mindset, you're gonna be stuck looking, dating bad people or dating the not the right person until she realizes, what are my standards, what do I want? And go from there. Next video is from the Desirable Truth as well. Let's see what we talking about in this one.
Would you prefer to date a guy who had a promiscuous past or was a virgin?
I would want him to have a promiscuous past because I like a guy that has like that history,
experience,
the trauma,
honestly, yeah,
the sex.
Who's been through a lot, so he knows how to improve going on to the forward relationship.
I wouldn't want some
I mean?
pussy boy, honestly.
So you prefer bad boys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why go after the guys who most people would say aren't shit?
Because I like to fix people, and because I'm a bad bitch, so I feel like most bad boys are also, like any bad boy I've gone after,
I feel
they
like
kind
the
of
guys
have that.
who are considered not shit are the guys who are also like make the most effort to
And it's just the
be
spice,
better.
like it's just so the sex,
they
like
put
the
in the
passion,
effort to
just
try.
like wanting to know if they're gonna text you or not. Like it honestly is like, it's like a high.
That's not healthy at all. That's completely toxic.
Would you prefer to...
So you want somebody who has their own stuff going on. You don't want a bad boy. Don't date somebody just because you feel like they treat you wrong. You're like, oh, well, I just want somebody who gives me... What she's looking for is that thrill and that excitement for somebody who, like, don't give them everything. She's like, oh my gosh, is he into me? Is he not into me? I don't want somebody... She's going to be the kind of person who, like, she'll find the right dude who's gonna treat her right, and she's gonna completely push him to the side because she's like, oh, comfortability and support and like no drama, no conflict. I don't want that. She's gonna push that aside and keep finding herself dating dudes who gonna just keep giving her headaches and problems over and over again until she gets tired of that and realize like, hey, I'm gonna date somebody who will support her and stuff like that, and she gonna miss a few good dudes. But guys also do this too. Guys also talk to girls who run away from them versus like somebody who actually wants to just talk to them and date them. They're like, well, I can get her, so I'm gonna go out there. Like, no, just be okay with the person you want. If that person you're looking for, talking to, matches your lifestyle, your goals, and everything you're looking for, date them. Do not be like, oh, well, she's too easy. She sits there and she picks the phone up while I call her. She responds back to me. There's no drama. I'm out. Like, why? Why do you want that game? It's not fun. It's stressful. It's not worth having. And you find yourself going, banging your head against a wall because you're like, why nothing working out? Because you're dating somebody who legit just gonna cause you problems. She's gonna go through that same thing. It's toxic. You don't want toxicity. Life is hard as it is. You don't want to make it harder by adding somebody to your life who don't mesh as well with you and you're always constant conflict with. So don't put yourself through that trouble. It's not worth it. Her mindset, thought process, don't like it. Do not follow her thought process. And you guys, you don't want to date a girl who simply, I just want the drama, because she will find reasons to make it be dramatic for no reason. Everything be cool and everything, and she's like, it's too peaceful, I need to mess stuff up. And go try to start a fight with you just so she can get excitement. Maybe she need to date somebody who's argumentative with her. Maybe she need to date somebody who likes to roast her. But yeah, dude, if you find yourself in a situation talking to a girl like that, keep moving. Don't put yourself in that. All right, next video. Another desirable truth one. I have a bunch of these. All right, let's see what we got.
How would you feel if your man didn't want you to hang out with your guy friends alone?
I'm gonna say something. If you're that uncomfortable, then your dick ain't that big.
I just feel like it's a trust thing. If you don't trust me enough to hang out with my friends, then that's a you problem. Unless I've given you a reason not to trust me, but then if I haven't, then you shouldn't be with me.
Why would a man want his woman in a position with another man by himself?
But he has girlfriends.
If you can't trust me, then why are you dating me?
Exactly. End of story, period. If you can't trust me, shouldn't be with me.
If you're going to ask me to date, then you shouldn't worry about anybody else.
Would you want him to hang out with another female one-on-one if you're in a committed relationship?
Not one-on-one, but like this is the thing though. Like if I have...
Well, I mean, you kind of just said that his dick was like little if he was that insecure.
But if I have guy friends and they're going to tell me I can't have guy friends, and he came into the relationship knowing that I had guy friends, and that's his fault.
If they're guy friends that I've had before I even knew you, then you don't have a right to tell me I can't be friends with them anymore, because I'm sure you have girlfriends that you knew before you were with me, and I'm not going to tell you not to hang out with them anymore. It's different if you dated or did anything in the past.
How would you feel if your man didn't...
Okay, yeah. Like, I agree with what they said, though. Like, if you have somebody who's significant, like, of opposite sex as a friend before you got in a relationship with them, then, like, it shouldn't be a problem. Go talk, like, have friends with people with opposite relationship, of opposite gender. It shouldn't be a problem at all. So, for your significant other to get upset that you have a friend of opposite sex, they need to check their insecurities and trust you as a person. You're not done anything to give them any kind of, inkling that you are untrustworthy, so they need to trust you versus them sitting there being like, oh no, you can't go hang out with Becky because, like, she's a girl. I'm not gonna stop you going hang out with John. Go hang out with John. Go hang out with Becky. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, do you trust me? Are we committed? We're in a relationship together? Okay, we're good. Go hang out with your friend of opposite sex. And sitting there and thinking like, not everybody out here is trying to cheat. And you date somebody who you feel like you don't feel secure in your relationship with, then maybe it's time for you to walk away. But to force them to stop talking to somebody of opposite sex is the wrong way to go about that. So, yeah, the trust factor, there's huge trust, commitment. Now, at the end, she's like, if they have this kind of relationship at the end there, if they're still friends, trust your partner. Trust your partner. Don't be there and be like, oh, well, she's still around. He hooked up with, and she's still in the picture, but they knew each other way before they knew you. Trust your partner. All right, we're going to keep it going here. I'll probably do 3 more videos. This is from Carly Winstein 1. Why do men do this? Let's see what she got to say here.
No, because I swear men have actual spidey senses for when we stop thinking about them, for them to crawl back into our lives again. Because the second I'm over this man, the second I stop thinking about them and move the fuck on, he's sliding into my DMs telling me I look hot and he wants to see me again. Like, are you trying to torture me? No, because I swear men have actual spidey senses for when we stop thinking about them, for them to...
I can answer that question because, like she said, like, sliding to her DMs, once she put a hot picture up. The dude ain't talking to anybody. He's going back through his Rolodex and seeing like, okay, what girl, what roster, what girl that I talked to but I didn't really want, but I had a good time with for a moment. Her. Carly. I'm going to hit up Carly. I see her post a hot picture of herself because she out here stunting. She's single. She's doing her thing, stunting. Hit her up, and then all of a sudden she's like, why you hit me up again? Because he had nothing else to do. He ran out of options. And he's going back and circling in because he can't find anybody new. That's pretty much what's going on. He's lonely, looking for somebody to fill some time with, but he don't want a relationship with you. He just wants somebody to fill some time with. So he can go back to his roster who said yes to him before. Might get a hookup, might not, but at least somebody he can pretend to be intimate with. That's what that is. Like, it didn't work out for a reason, but yet he's coming back to you. So it's up to you whether or not you want to let him in or not. But that's what it is. Alright, next video here. This is from Anna Maria Zamzam. Anna Maria Zamzam. Why do men do this? Let's see what she got to say. So she had music playing in it, so I'm going to do it without the music. So she goes, why do men do this? I have a genuine question for the men out there. I was leaving the mall with my stuff not looking super fancy today. And there are these 2 guys walking towards me, towards inside the mall. Okay, so she's walking out, they're walking in. I'm walking to my car and he passed me once he's behind me like, hey girl, he's like, hey girl. She did a whole sass thing too. She pauses. I'm like, obviously I heard you. But like, what are you expecting us to do? So that was catcalling. The dude just catcalled her, and he wanted a reaction from her. She didn't take the bait. The reason why I meant catcalling because it worked on some girl, and one girl responded back to him like the way he wanted to respond back to, so he figured he'd throw a catcall out to any girl. Versus saying, hey, you look nice, I want to get to know you, go back and approach her. It's like, hey, I just couldn't let this moment slide. Thought you was good looking. Can I get your number? Are you seeing anybody? Ask that question. Now, are you seeing anybody? It's a yes or no answer. She's going to say no. Then that is what it is. If she says yes, she says yes, shut it down. It is what it is. But she says no, then there's an opportunity for you to move forward, get her number, take her out on a date. But the dude was catcalling. He wanted her to react to him. That's what it was. Like, he didn't want to put the effort to go back in and say hi. That was a catcall. I don't agree with catcalling, but that's what that was. She didn't take the bait. Good for her. But that's a version of catcalling. It wasn't like her saying anything too crazy. It was just, that was a version of catcalling. Not anything salacious, over the top. Just a, hey girl, like, yeah, we know you thought she was cute. She's gonna say something, man. Alright, this is from Boys to Men 01. She doesn't understand why men do this. Last video.
This is gonna sound bad, but I would hate when I would tell a guy, I'm like, oh, I really want flowers. And he would only just get me flowers. I know that sounds bad. I know exactly how it sounds. But in my mind and in my thinking, it's like, I don't want to just tell you exactly what to do. I'm not trying to mother you. I would like the flowers. I'm not saying the flowers is what's wrong, but it's, why couldn't you get me flowers and chocolate? Why couldn't you just go the extra mile to think outside the box rather than just following in my exact footsteps of what I'm telling you that I like? This is going to sound bad, but I would hate when... Because
we are not mind readers. Guys are not mind readers. Don't say, if you tell what you like, we're going to go ahead and give you what you like. We're not going to sit there and be like, oh, maybe she likes flowers, maybe she not flowers. Because not all girls like flowers. Not all girls want flowers. There's women who do, there's women who don't. So, and pretend that every person you talk to is all the same, it's not the case. Maybe she don't want flowers. Maybe she want to think of Legos. She's like, I like Legos. You find what somebody's interested in, you give them what they're interested in. So she told her boy that I like flowers, I want flowers. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go get you what you like. And hopefully she's appreciative and enjoy what she likes. She said she likes flowers, so I'm gonna give her flowers. She loves flowers. I'm gonna give it to her. But she's like, well, I never said I like flowers, but that's not what I want you. Why can't you just read my mind and give me flowers? I don't have to tell you this. We can't read minds. Men cannot read minds. If we hear a comment, especially somebody we're interested in, we hear a comment say, well, I like to do this, I want this, I want to try to get that, but they don't ask for it. That's a thought, like, okay, they want this, I'm gonna go get that from them. I'm gonna be nice and do something for her. But because she hasn't vocalized it first, you don't know what somebody wants without them telling you it, or being in their place and see what they're into. Like, somebody can look at, right now, you can see right here, I like anime, nerdy stuff, Game of Thrones up here, Harry Potter, Demon Slayer, why don't you Missouri State? If you give me something from this, I'm going to be super appreciative right then and there. You can see just by looking at my background what I'm into. Somebody tell you what they're into is only naturally be like, okay, I know they like this, I'm going to get this from them. Versus, well, I'm not sure if she likes flowers, I'm going to go buy her flowers. So you can get rejected by your own girl because you thought that she liked the flowers. She'll take them like, oh, thank you, and then wrap it to the flowers. I really was a fan of them. Tell us. We can't read minds. I'd rather have you tell us versus not telling us. So, yeah. She didn't get out that mindset of like, oh, men need to read my mind. We can't read minds. We can't. Like, you got to be straightforward with us. We're straightforward people. Be straightforward what you want, and we'll go ahead and do that. Don't sit there and be like, well, take the spontaneity out of it. Not really. You tell me you like flowers. I might surprise you with flowers left and right. I might probably surprise you with flowers down the road. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm getting them, but you did tell me you like flowers. I'll pay attention. Not because you want flowers now. You say you like flowers. You say you like chocolate. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind. When I want to do something, I'm gonna give you chocolate. So, Yeah. She doesn't understand why men do this because we're not mind readers. Plain and simple. Not mind readers at all. All right, Reddit time. So we got a few questions here from Reddit. This first one is, why would a friends with benefit male 38 do this? So I can't figure this out. Why would a friends with benefits that you have never been friends with on social media suddenly block you for no reason, especially when they are still continue to see you frequently? This is fairly long-standing friends with benefits, about 4 years long. He sort of avoided conversations for a while, blocked his social media profile, but continued to see you once or twice a week. I realized that he has blocked me and he went no contact because I did a little snoop. I did snoop a little, admittedly, but just because I didn't know why he suddenly stopped talking to me. Am I right to think that he must have a girlfriend or another interest, and maybe I need to just let it go? Maybe he is just not interested. Maybe it's just time to let it go. I really wouldn't want anything to do with him sexually if there's a girlfriend. It's just wrong to me. I think he is a decent guy and deserves someone that will be capable of giving him a relationship. I wouldn't stand in the way of that. I would like to remain friends after so long, but I don't think that he would want to be just friends with me. Also, I simply don't like feeling like I am being lied to. I just don't understand what the reason is. He moved on. Your friends been for 4 years. 4 years. And okay, you guys okay with that contract? Cool. You guys okay with that situation? Cool. But 4 years, he found somebody. He moved on. He got in a serious relationship. He's blocking any kind of temptation or anybody who can try to hit him up and be like, hey, I want to hook up tonight. He trying to block that out. He's not trying to have anything like that. Now, you did say something in here. Is it fairly, okay, especially they can still continue to see you frequently. So, continue to see you frequently, but he blocked you. Either he's getting super serious with somebody, he's starting to cut out everybody in his life who could be not a detriment to the relationship or like affect the relationship in a negative way. Like, with you still being there, he probably can't focus on the girl he wants to talk to because of the temptation of, I can just go hook up anytime, but I want to build something serious with this person over here, so I'm going to cut off all people who I had a thing with or kind of fling with. Yes, he's not going to be friends afterwards because you guys hooked up. I've been hooking up for 4 years, over off and on. He doesn't want that temptation. He's going to cut you off and try to focus on this girl that he's talking to, the relationship he's talking to. And if it goes south, then he'll probably come back around. But 4 years for friends with benefit, why y'all still messing around with each other? Move on. You obviously want more. Like you said that you want somebody, you want to give him somebody who can give him a relationship. So you're using him just for sex too. But if you're using him just for sex, do not get word that like he has somebody else. Maybe it's time for you to find another friends with benefit. But don't get upset with him because of he moved on. Next thing here. Am I the jerk for asking my wife to stop playing Taylor Swift on vacation? All right, let's see what we got here. Some context. Since January, my wife, 25 female, has played almost nothing but Taylor Swift daily on repeat, averaging about an hour her music a day. She's a huge fan. She had many tears when she decided she couldn't pay $1,000 to see her in concert. I'm not a Swiftie, not really a fan at all. I think Taylor needs a new subject material. Good songwriter, but repetitive and boring to me. Okay, man, that's your opinion. Sorry. Whether we're in the car having a game night with neighbors, sitting by the pool playing cards or cooking, my wife is playing and singing Swift over the Bluetooth speaker. It started off cute, then got annoying. Then it made me feel like I was hanging out with a 14-year-old from 2011. Okay, man, that's messed up. I'm permanently banned from saying anything negative about Swift. Saying I don't like her is taken away from her achievement as the first female artist to have a successful tour. We're currently in a hotel with with 4 family members about to go on vacation. 9 a.m. My wife started playing to brush her teeth. Nobody else was particularly bothered because they don't have any context. But I think we're clearly wondering why she was playing it so loud. I asked if we could take a vacation from Swift this week as well. My wife threw a bit of a fit, saying I embarrassed her or implied that she is immature. Her parents are telling me that I'm being rude. Asked my wife to step outside the chat, told her I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. It didn't go well, and now I've ruined the vacation. Ooh, that's so dramatic. I understand making her feel awkward and family not being bothered, but am I the jerk for being tired of her singing the 10-minute version of All Too Well? She's a Taylor Swift fan. Let her enjoy Taylor Swift, man. Let her enjoy Taylor Swift. Here's the thing. That's her passion. If she loves Taylor Swift and her thing is she gonna play Taylor Swift 24/7, how about you ask, can y'all make a playlist together where y'all rotate songs? That way you don't have to listen to the same song over and over again. Game night, maybe you put some of your soundtrack on there. Make a playlist for the game night, so therefore you're not just playing the same Taylor Swift albums over and over again. Or get headphones. You know your wife is gonna play Taylor Swift. You married her for a reason, so therefore you're committed. Maybe Taylor Swift, maybe you don't want to listen to Taylor Swift, put headphones in, listen to a podcast, listen to Nerdy Dating, listen to whatever music you want to listen to. But don't get mad at your wife for playing Taylor Swift. Just asking you to rotate music. There you go. But to say that you ruined the wedding or ruined the vacations, it's a little too much, a little too dramatic. But the fact where you're like, she's immature for listening to Taylor Swift, that was being mean. So you're a jerk for that, but I don't think you're a jerk for saying calling her immature is being a jerk. But saying you ruined the whole vacation because you can't listen to Taylor Swift, she can listen to Taylor Swift, man. Just bring headphones, listen to something else. You'll be fine. Ask, can you rotate songs into it? See a Taylor Swift song, you play, I don't know what kind of music you listen to, but you play Drake. There you go. You play Drake, she plays Taylor Swift. Y'all go back and forth between Drake and Taylor Swift. Boom. Happy day. Everybody's happy. Everybody goes home, have fun. Yeah, that's a little funny though. Her reason. All right. Last one here. Do some men really don't dare to make a move or not interested? Female, 24 here, been on quite a few dates within the last year, and 99% of them didn't make a physical move. Sometimes it's been 3 to 5 dates, no move. Sometimes I did it myself when I was sure of what he wants. I wonder though if it means they don't dare or probably not interested. Would be glad of some male opinions. I don't think I'm unattractive at all. And I mean, they are also agreed to see me more than once. P.S. What can I do to make guys feel comfortable? The guys not making a move because they don't want to be considered a creep. They don't want to be considered somebody take advantage of a woman. They don't want to put her in a situation where she feel like she was forced to, hook up or wherever the case may be. So that's why the guys not making a move on these dates. What you can do, you can hug him, hold him, put your arm on his leg, be more physical with him. Like a touch, and we go for a goodbye hug. Like you'll make it do comfortable enough to be like, oh, okay, it's okay, I make the move. First date probably, like if he's legit and want to get to know you and get to talk to you, first date probably not the thing for for you guys to make the first move. He's not gonna try to go in and go for a kiss and make a hook up if he's looking to actually build a relationship, not just dating for a relationship, not just dating to hook up. Now, if he's dating to hook up, he wouldn't care. Like, at the end of the day, he'll actually come back to his place and so forth and so on. But if you're actually going on dates and going to places and, like, going to get ice cream or going to get coffee, going on dinner or going to the movies or going to the park or going to the arcade or going to the museum or going to... I'm throwing all these date ideas out there. Take notes. Movies not a good first date, though. But if you're taking you on dates and going to places where you guys in public and walk you back to your car, whatever the case may be, and then open the car door open for you, give you a hug, like if you touch him and kind of lean yourself in, he might see the sign and lean in too. Like, okay, she's comfortable enough for me to give her a kiss. Or he might ask and give you a kiss. But the reason why the guy's not doing the moves is because They're terrified to be considered a creep. They don't want to be considered a jerk, the bad guy, the creep. So that's why they're not gonna make the first move. Give us a sign, touch, hug. But you're sitting there on a date and we're not touching each other, not even getting close, not getting a hug or anything. Yeah, I'm not gonna make the first move. God, why would I? You obviously show that there's a distance. You don't want that gap closed. But also, what are you looking for too? To ask that question, what are you into? Like you tell them like, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. All right, guy might think, okay, she's not looking for anything serious. I have an opportunity to be not serious with her, or go find somebody else who wouldn't be serious with me. But touch him. Put your hand on his shoulder, thigh, hug, get close, hold his hand. That'll show you that, like, okay, she's more comfortable with me making a move towards the end. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Nerdy Dating. Once again, please like, share the podcast with your friends and family, like and subscribe. And all the other questions you want me to answer, please put in the comments below. And another thing, if you want to send me another question, you can send to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. You can send me a question I answer on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this episode and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me a dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.